Welcome to Lord Fussington's walkthrough of the critically acclaimed game Demon's Souls. I'm your walkthrough master, Lord Fussington, and today I will be going through Stonefang Tunnel 2-2. This is part 1 of 3 parts. The third part is called the Flamelurker of Stonefang Tunnel 2-2 because that is the boss of Stonefang Tunnel 2-2. He's a difficult boss if you're fighting him with a sword or an axe or a halberd, any sort of melee weapon. He's difficult. I recommend getting the Ring of Herculean Strength, I think it's called. So you have to give Stockpile Thomas the Jade Hair Ornament, which belongs to his daughter. If you don't know what the Jade Hair Ornament is, well, shame on you. The Jade Hair Ornament can be acquired in Boletarian Palace 1-1. There's a video put up by Lord Fussington, who's brilliant. He's simply brilliant. He's a terrible player, but he knows what he's talking about. And you can check that out and get the Jade Hair Ornament. And then give it to Stockpile Thomas. The way you do that is you talk to Stockpile Thomas. Just talk to him. Like, there's an option to talk. Talk to him. Leave him alone. Then go back, talk to him again, and he'll ask for a Jade Hair Ornament. You have to have it in your inventory, I believe. So head to the Armor Spider Archstone. Also, you want Purple Flame Shield is pretty good for this situation. If you can't use Purple Flame Shield, you know, well, too bad. But Purple Flame Shield is a good, any sort of fire resistance, because the Flamelurker is made of fire. So, you know, you're preparing for that. And, yes, you want fire resistance. He's very weak to magic as well, even though the Crescent Falchion is nearly useless against him. I use it anyway. So I pulled him because I thought, well, I really don't want to accidentally scare off the Crystal Gecko. So this was really good gameplay. Probably the best gameplay you'll see in this entire very interesting level. Look at that aim, just impeccable aim. Yeah, impeccable and consistent. So this is the short way to get to the Flamelurker. Right, you go down here, there's a pit at the end, and you can jump on all of these platforms, and eventually you'll get to the bottom with a little bit of health lost. But you'll get to the bottom, and that'll be near to the Flamelurker. So you can do that as well. It might take you a couple of tries. I know it did for me when I first tried it. But in this video, we're going the long way because there's a lot of items. It's a marginally more complicated. I get lost several times because I don't really remember this section too well. So also, if you do go via the pit, there is Skirver the Wanderer, and you can show him the Dragon Bone Smasher for a pure grey stone. Pure white pearl tendency is required. So that's interesting. The Dragon Bone Smasher is located near the Dragon God, which we'll see in Stonefang Tunnel 2-3, actually. Alright, so you saw what happened there. Those things explode, so if you get near them, they'll explode. And that could mean, well, I didn't die there, but you could die. Alright, so head down here. This is a long way. Just when you get near a cart, sprint and then roll. Or just roll, whatever. to your right there's an enemy. We've seen him before. He throws fire. See, he only got hit once. I'm getting better. This is an elevator to go down to the... there's like a crystal gecko sort of nest or whatever. There's a lot of crystal geckos essentially. Now you only want to go there. Like, I mean, we'll be near there at one point. The elevator's another shortcut to the bottom. But we're not going to take that either. And anyway, the nest, the way to get all of the crystal geckos in the nest is to use God's Wrath, which is one of the spells. I don't have it, so I didn't bother. Oh, that was a bit close. You want to be careful when you get near them as well, because they do this spinning motion at one point, and that could knock you off, which would be unfortunate. Because this whole section is really long, so you don't want to make, you don't want to die really, because then you're back at the start, and it's very tedious. At least the boss is not that tedious. Well, arguably. So there's a crystal gecko there. I think I'd try shooting him, really? Good moves, good moves. And that was like a professional right there. That's exactly how you're supposed to get the crystal geckos. You kill them. So go down here, and there's a platform. So you jump. Get this. Then you jump again. So in a way it's similar to the pit, except here you can actually see a little bit better, because the pit's quite dark, as pits tend to be. Alright, so head through here. And there should be an enemy around. He's got a pickaxe. Yeah, you want to be careful with that. I mean, I think people tend to come around the other way, because they take the elevator or something. And then you don't really see it around the corner, and you get hit in the face. So this is where the elevator is usually, and there's two geckos here as well. Crystal. I never tend to get the crystal geckos around this elevator. Usually maybe just one. But I don't even think I get... Oh, I think I get one, yeah. Nope. Okay, so if this is your first time in this section, right down there is where the crystal gecko nest is. There's also 2 black phantoms. So if this is your first time here, there's 2 black phantoms. You don't want to... You want to put the elevator... you want to bring the elevator down. So find the wheel... whatever. And the wheel. And the elevator will come down. And then when you pull these guys and you fight over there, they won't run into the pit. The first time I did it, I actually just pulled them and then went on the other across the pit, and then they just fell through, and you don't get the items, which is, you know, you want the items. So, and they're not very difficult to fight either. They hit hard though. See, this is the elevator. See, anyway. So he's really got only one massive attack. You know, it's basic R2 kind of attack. It's quite strong, but that's all you have to worry about. He isn't a difficult... And if you've been farming as well, I think I posted some... Yeah, the black... what's he called? The Reaper. So if you've been farming, grinding, whatever it's called, well, you're farming for souls essentially, even though usually it's grinding when you're leveling up. It doesn't matter. What does matter is if you've been watching that video, thank you. And if you've been getting the souls, then you should be at a level more than capable against these. So that's it there. He was very easy, wasn't he? Well, anyway, if you go down there, that's where the nest is. You use God's Wrath if you have it. If you don't, that's quite close. If you don't, Firestorm works to some degree. I suggest you don't go in there hacking away unless you're never going to get any spells. Because the crystal geckos are only there, they only respawn so often. I think it's like 3 or something like that, but I don't quite remember. I'd have to look it up again. So these guys have armor. Just slash away. If you have the Crescent Falchion, it works quite well. They sort of have... A heavy weapon works. I mean, you could use nothing. Don't use piercing weapons. Don't use like a katana or something. Uchi katana or whatever they call it in this game. I've done my research, I swear. Uchi katana? I don't know why they just didn't call it the katana. It's just easier for everyone, isn't it? Is there a difference? There's a difference, write it in the comments. If there isn't a difference, write it in the comments. I think there's a glitch, or not a glitch, but I think my game starts lagging at one point. So that's probably the most exciting thing that will happen in this entire video. And it's right at the end. These guys explode after you kill them. And they have, what are their move patterns? They have that jump, they have this sort of rushing move, and they have that little sort of piercing thing where like a spike comes out of their mouth or whatever. Just usually they're going to be doing that, and you want to get them in a position like this so they can't rush you or jump at you, and you know, just move back. I recommend fighting them two-handed, it's just easier. If you have magic though, it's, you know, it's really easy. I do recommend using magic in this entire area if you have it. Like Stonefang Tunnel, the enemies are just weak to magic. So magic would be the best idea, because they're weak to magic. So that's it. He's going to explode. And you don't want to be near that at all. Usually you drop Dragonstone or whatever it's called. Yep, Dragonstone. Usually that's what they drop. Also, there's patches here usually. I don't think he's here in this case. Usually he's hanging around here somewhere. Alright, so this is where it sort of lags out, I think. So I do reset the game. In a second after I kill him, and then run around a bit thinking that it'll, you know, it'll fix itself, and it fucking doesn't. Yeah, Stonefang Tunnel 2-1, there was a glitch. Here there's, you know, video lag. Worst place ever. In fact it is. I think other than what's that place called? Actually I think this is one of the worst. That's definitely the most boring. I mean the 5th Archstone is sort of shit as well, but yeah, the 5th Archstone is even worse. Alright, so so that's it for this part. So I'm gonna get off the game and reset it. Usually patches is, I think, yeah, usually there's a massive bug right here, and patches is below. Then he kind of taunts you and tells you, oh, go get the item that's across. And then, see, this is where patches is, that item. And then there's like a massive bug that's sort of hanging from the top. And you just attack the bug from the top and he won't hit you back. He's not there because I did Shrine of Storms. So the next part is part 2 of Stonefang Tunnel 2-2. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe.